Hi, I'm Dr. David Green with PreferredPainCenter.com, where we bring you anything and everything related to pain management. The topic today is, I got fired from my pain doctor and I need a new one. This happens hundreds of times a day across the United States, maybe even thousands. You have a pain doctor, you do something wrong or averse to what the pain contract is that you signed, and you get fired. It happens. So let's talk about a few situations, and I have 5 tips to help you find a new pain doctor and keep one, okay? You know, it may be that you had your medication stolen, but your contract requires a police report. Well, if it was a family member who stole your medication, are you going to get a police report and go after that family member? That's a, catch-22. I mean, if you're out of town, you get in a car accident, you go to the ER, you get some narcotics, and it states that you're not going to get narcotics from another doctor and you get fired. You know, that kind of thing can happen. Or maybe you were doctor shopping. Maybe you were getting pain medications from one doctor and then you used cash to get them from another and the pain doctor found out about it. That means you legitimately got fired, right? So, but you end up in the same place. You need a new one. So here's 5 tips on how to find one and keep one. The first one is make sure you get your medical records. You're entitled to them at the office you got fired from. It may not be a happy experience. You have to deal with an office that just fired you, but you are entitled to them. It may be a little bit of a rigmarole to get them. You might have to call quite a bit. You have to stop by. Don't be rude, be nice, but you're going to have to get those because your new pain doctor or clinic is going to want them for making sure they understand where you're coming from and whether to accept you as a patient or not. So the sooner you get those, the better, okay? Now, when you're looking for a new pain doctor, one of the reasons that that happens is your pain doc went out of business or the clinic got shut down. So you didn't get fired, right? But the same thing, you still need a new pain doctor. Well, make sure you go with one that has board-certified doctors or fellowship-trained doctors who have been around a while and they have a reputation, okay? That's better. And preferably, if you have insurance, go to one that takes insurance, if possible. So, and also if they have additional treatments at the office, such as physical therapy, chiropractic, spinal decompression therapy, you want one where you can hopefully get down on your medications and get better a high percent of the time, okay? So, third one is don't lie. That may be what got you in trouble in the first place, is you were getting treatment from 2 different doctors. But be honest with the staff there and the pain doctor. You're not the first patient who's gotten fired from one clinic and needed treatment, okay? But if you're open and upfront about it, and you don't hide the medications that you use, things like that, then that's the best. I mean, it may hurt you, you may not be taken on as a patient, but it's the best policy is to be truthful about it. That way you start off on a clean foot up front, there's nothing to hide, and you just move on, okay? The fourth one is illicit substances. Don't use them. And I'm talking about heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, because every pain doctor is going to do a urine drug screen or a saliva test on you when you become a new patient. It's gonna happen. So don't use those. They're gonna pop positive on the test. They're not good for you anyway, obviously. So now medical marijuana is a different story. There are 16 states where it's legal. Some pain doctors care about it, others don't. So when I say don't lie about that either, because that stuff stays in your system for weeks, and it will pop positive too, and it will be a surprise, like, oh, I didn't know how that got in there. Yeah, you know how it got in there, but if they know about it beforehand, you know, a lot of them don't care. A lot of them don't test for it now. They take the strip out. So the last one is to be courteous and respectful. That's what gets a lot of pain patients in trouble and fired, is that they're in pain, they're frustrated, they're not getting what they want, so they start yelling at people. And that never, I mean, does that ever help? It's like whistling at a pretty woman as she walks by. Does that ever actually get anybody anywhere? No. So be respectful. I know you're in pain, I know you're frustrated, but when you're in that situation, just, you can be stubborn, but be respectful. That's the key thing, okay, and that'll get you pretty far. Because a lot of staff at doctor's offices are very close with the physician. If you're mean to them, you're basically being mean to the doctor, and they take that very seriously. Because they're not there to be abused, they're there to help you. So there you have it, 5 tips of finding and maintaining a new pain doctor when you get fired. I'm Dr. David Green, preferredpaincenter.com. Your pain stops here.